Hi guys, it's Rob here, and today I'm looking to pick up where we left off from the intro video. So the min function takes any number of inputs and returns the smallest from among them. Now, as you can assume, the maximum, conversely, takes any number of inputs and returns the largest among them. Now, for Boolean values, this is a crucial concept in programming that a lot of beginners may not be familiar with. If you've never programmed before, what a Boolean value is either true or false. Now, this is going to become crucial later when we look at things like if statements, and we try to have a Boolean controlling the execution of that. So if something is true, do something else. But we'll get to that later. Now, also often involves comparison operators. So we have less than, greater than, equal to. Now, notice the difference. One equal sign is an assignment statement. Two equal sign is a check for whether those two values are equal. Also, another pitfall, don't use the is keyword to compare two values. Use the double equal sign, because the is keyword is also testing if they're the exact same object stored in the exact same place at memory, whereas the equal sign is just testing if the two values are equivalent. That's another big pitfall that beginner programmers make. Now, the exclamation mark equal, this means not equal to. This means less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. Now, the order of execution, this is important for to understand which parts of our statements will execute first. So we have algebraic operators, then comparison operators, and then Boolean operators. Now, assigning a variable to a value, we would do the variable equals the expression or the value. Okay. Note that string values, okay, so those are values enclosed in Python, either in one quotation mark, so one quotation mark on either side, or two quotation marks. So you have your traditional double quotes or your single quotes encasing a value, which is a string value. Now, lists. Items in a list can be any type, meaning numbers, strings, and even other lists. And you can mix and match different types within the same list. Lists are mutable, meaning that they can be modified. Now, strings are immutable, meaning that they cannot be modified. However, don't be fooled. Just because they're immutable doesn't mean you can't reassign the value of a string, as in the example above. So we have a string being set, a variable string 1 being set to an empty string. Okay? Now we're concatenating to that the reassigned value through this concatenation, right? This whole string here. Okay? Now, the value of string 1 when we hit enter is this whole string that we put in. Now we're concatenating it, and notice it doesn't overwrite the first string with the second string. Concatenation adds the two together, okay, sort of conglomerating the two into one big string. Now we reassign it to the empty string, now we get an empty string. And now we're saying in a comment we reset the value of string 1, which made its new value. Okay, and this is an example taken directly from the textbook. Now, the len and sum functions can be called with a list input argument. So len is to return the length of the list, and sum is to add all the values in the list. You can also call list specific methods, such as append. Right? Now, the syntax for this would be list.append item, and the item would be appended to the end of the list. You also have the count method, the index method, pop, remove, reverse, and sort. Now, I'm not going to go through what each of these does. I'm going to expect that you have the due diligence to either look in the textbook if you're in the course, or assuming that you might have come in with some experience, I'm not going to make you sit through just what each function does. We also on the test give you a cheat sheet sort of 2 pages with some of these key functions. Now, so that could help. So what I want to really focus on here is what are the key aspects of Python, not what does each specific function do, per se. Now, variables and expressions. An object's type determines what values it can have and how it can be manipulated. A module must be explicitly imported into the execution environment. So, what do these two statements mean? Well, we're going to go over them in the next tutorial video. See you then. Thanks for watching.